What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to show you 3 tips to add background in Photoshop. Let's get started. Welcome guys, this is Israel from iConcept Architect, and if you're new to this channel, I would like you to hit the subscribe button down below, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell that comes up next. Let's go straight into the first tip. First, I'm going to open up my raw render in Photoshop. Now I'm going to import the background image, and there's a couple of reasons why I picked this image. Number one is the perspective. When you pick your background, pay attention to how the perspective of your rendering compared to the perspective of the background image. For example, my render here is a 1-point perspective with the perspective line converging to the middle. That's why I chose this background, because it has a similar perspective. What we need to do next is make it wider. So select the layer and press Ctrl T to activate the transform mode, and drag one of the corners to make it bigger. You can hold down Alt plus Shift and drag to keep the right proportion. Now I'm going to place it behind our render image and position it. Sometimes people don't pay attention to the lighting in the background image, and it results to a bad composite photo. Aside using a evening background for a daytime rendering, because that's super obvious, what I'm talking about is using the wrong sun angle. For example, if my render here has a sun shining towards this direction, but in the background image the sun is shining the other way, then it won't work. So all you have to do is make sure the background you picked has a light that is corresponding to the rendered image, and that will make your rendering look better. The next thing to do is import your lens flare to Photoshop. Now you can increase the size, rotate and flip it to match your sun angle, then you change the blend mode to screen. As you can see, it's too bright, so I'm just going to drop down the opacity right here, and then I'll move it to between the rendered image and the background. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add another lens flare to Photoshop. Just go to filter, render, lens flare. Now as you can see, it's going to apply this on the other lens flare, so I'm just going to click on this top layer right here and repeat the process again. So right now I'm just going to place the lens flare at the light source of the background, but if you notice, you can see the lens flare is coming from within the building. So to correct that, just press Ctrl Z to undo and create a new layer by holding down Alt and dragging up like so. So I'm just going to repeat the process and add a lens flare again. To correct the lens flare coming from within, all you have to do is press B for the brush tool and add a layer mask. Make sure foreground color is black, and then paint away parts that you don't want the adjustment to affect. If you right click, you can adjust the size and hardness of the brush. Alternatively, you can hold down Alt and hold down the right mouse button. You can drag left and right to change the size of the brush, and up and down to change the hardness. Painting black will make that part less visible, and if you press X, you can switch between the background and foreground color. Then if you paint the layer mask white, it will make it more visible. You can adjust the opacity and flow of the brush here as well, and if you want to make it easier to see the area that you're maxing, you can use Alt and left click on the layer mask to isolate it, and you can also hold down Shift and left click to turn on and off the layer mask like so. As you can see, with the little adjustment, the image and background photo seems to blend a lot better. If you notice, the image seems a little bit dark, so I'm just going to add some little adjustment to its brightness levels and curve layer. You can check out the video I created before on 5 tips for instant post-production. I'm going to put the link above in the top right corner, and you can also check the description for the link. And this is how to add background to your image in Photoshop. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can click the subscribe button below, and also don't forget to like this video, comment if this video has helped you. See you guys next time.